Peace, peace, peace. Another glorious day, y'all. Another glorious day. More like a glorious early morning. Right now it's 12:23 a.m. You know, this is like the time in the evening where I was able to tap in and just have some conversation, based on the title at hand. As you see it already, it's the end of 2024, so I got a few things I want to share or just, speak on or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I hope everything good with you and yours. It's definitely was a great year. Every day is a great day. You know what I'm saying? Every day is a great day. Not just a yearly type of deal. Get. Don't you put your hand on me. Get out of here. Talking to the cat, y'all. You heard? But yeah, a very, very interesting year. You know what I'm saying? 2024. Besides YouTube and see them likes going up already, much gratitude, But besides YouTube, just life in general, at least for myself, you know what I'm saying? Word. Yo, what's up? What's shaking? You already know. We in the building, you heard? You know what I'm saying? The end of 2024, you know what I'm saying? Word. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. It's a big deal, And I say that out loud, you know what I'm saying, to the universe, you know what I'm saying? Just much appreciation in itself. At least for me, I'm so grateful, so glad. I'm very present, just being alive, you know what I mean? Much gratitude to that, you feel me? Yeah, definitely. And even more so, I remember years ago, I'm talking about before the, how you say it, the millennium or whatever you want to call it. See them lights going up too. Us, much gratitude. Yeah, it's all about the mindset. All about the mindset. I had to tell myself that today too, fresh, I had a real challenging day. I got things going on with me, as a man, you know what I'm saying? I got, you know, got some weight on my shoulders. It's all good though, you heard? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Somebody said, Jesus loves you. You have a special purpose to this ugly world. Be the good in this world. God bless you, brother. Stay strong. For sure. Salute. Appreciate you on that. Definitely. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you, Fresh. Word up, man. Word up. That's a boomerang, you heard? That's a boomerang, And when I say that's a boomerang, that's right back to you as well, you heard? So, for sure, I appreciate you on that. But, life is beautiful. We all, and that's the thing, we, some ways, listen, none of us are exempt from dealing with life. You know what I mean? Some got it easier than others, granted, and things of that nature. But, at the same time, we all occupying this existence, and in some way, somehow, we all are impacted, affected, whether directly, indirectly, from a distance or what have you. So, we all are, just sharing this earthly space, if you will, Sure. Word. What's up? What up? what I'm saying? It's just water by the way too, you know what I mean? Got that water on deck. I know that staying focused on the goals and being grateful for the health of our loved ones and ourselves helps a great deal. Absolutely. Absolutely, Fresh. You couldn't have said it better. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't have said it better. And my take on what you just shared is that, keeping things in a proper perspective in the sense of keeping the focus on what's most important, because it's so easy to get distracted and caught up in which we don't have control over. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's going on in the world, uh, good, bad, or indifferent. Mostly. We all know a lot of controversy and uh, what's being represented, on social media or whatever media platforms or what have you, or just in crossing paths with society in itself. You know what I'm saying? It definitely requires one to, you know, have a great amount of being centered, or that's what's needed for oneself. At least for me. And I'm constantly, keeping that on the forefront of how I function and operate mentally, and going about my daily comings and goings. Once we leave our front door, hopefully, because the thing is this too. It's situations in people's own homes where it's a lot of chaos. You dig? So, it's just important wherever you are, whatever space you occupy at that time and moment, that you remain centered within you, and hopefully it's an environment where you are amongst some of the healthiest people, places, and things, if you will. So, yeah, definitely, Fresh. That makes a big deal in terms of you know uh, staying focused and things of that nature, and word, yeah, for sure. But I wanted to check in tonight and say a few things and share with the community. You feel me? In regard to the up and coming new year, which is like a few days ahead of us. I wanted to just kind of recap and just share a few, just give some gratitude in terms of what I've experienced on the channel this year. Very, very much of me being active, going live and doing what I've been doing up until this point, and going forward, saying with on the channel. And so I wanted to talk about that too, and whatever y'all want to bring up and talk about or whatever, feel free to, share, some of whatever it is that you have experienced within this year, you know what I'm saying, and what you look forward to for your own going, and arriving into this new year for the elevation, if that is your focus, to every day become a better individual, or with that becoming a better individual, a greater life is obtained, if you will. So yeah, I wanted to touch on, you ever go hunting and fishing? Nah, I never. I went fishing before. I never went hunting though. Hunting, I think that would be very fun. Hunting, hunting. I think is that's official. Hunting. I never been hunting, but one thing I could say what I gather from hunting, you got to have a lot of patience with hunting. Hunting, it's a lot of staying in one place. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you brought that up too. Okay, all right. So So you went hunting and you. What you mean? You killed the coyote? I mean you 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 took out a coyote or whatever the case may be. The challenges this year presented, whether resulting in success or failure, has been a blessing as far as a learning experience. Absolutely fresh tape. Wow. Great feedback. Great feedback. I see them lights going up too. Much gratitude. Great feedback, Fresh. I want to add on to that. Before I add on to that, I just wanted to say again, somebody mentioned about hunting and what I what I know, and I never been hunting, but it requires a lot of patience. A lot of patience. It's a lot of staying in one spot and really not moving around because the slightest noise, I mean, depending on whatever animal you hunting in, the area hopefully that's occupied by whatever it is that you seeking to, take down, that requires patience and, you got to be sturdy. You know what I mean? You got to be sturdy and keep that aim. You got to have that mental focus, that laser focus. You got to, make sure that you got that nozzle on the mark, you heard? But yeah, fresh tape, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, whether it was success or failure, because failure could also be success, right? What I mean is failure could be success because failure is some form of action taken. You know what I'm saying? So I say failure and success, it's a marriage, because in order for you to fail, you have to do something. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So, I mean, to not take risks, to not challenge yourself, to not, do something new. Yeah, so definitely, you know what I'm saying? And that failing is to have to just redo, go back to the drawing board, or reassess what it is you could have done different or take a different approach or what have you. You know what I'm saying? I see them likes going up. Too much gratitude. And like I said, it's not just about a yearly. Um, it's not just a yearly um, new beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's every day is a new day, and that's what I want to talk about too, because it's this time of the year where, and there's nothing wrong with people using the new year as a point of starting a new beginning, right? But at the same time, you got so many people that have not even made it to the new year. I mean, we are still uh, taking it day by day because the new year is not here yet, and we will be able to, because we are we here, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, but again, we're approaching the new year. So with this new day, you know, with this new day, we could already contribute to the new year. Even with the 2 weeks that this short time frame of already pretty much being at the front door of 2025. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, we you know, could do what it is that we have as a resolution, or the new year. The resolution is not just the actual time of which the ball drops and the actual digits change of the year. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a fresh start right now. Whatever it is that we seek, we could do that right now. At this moment. You know what I'm saying? So let's take that into great account too. But as far as this year, the summer that has passed, it's just been um, it's been a great year overall. You know, like I said, we all deal with things in between, and as Fresh just said, whether success or failure, you know, with the uh, the effort put forth, it takes much more than just effort, of course, but yeah, and so we should take, or we should I guess push the keep accelerate a little more in certain things, I suppose. So um again, so this year was a great year. So in regard to the channel, and the growth of the channel within this year in particular was fantastic. I had a lot of great collaborations on the channel. I met a lot of great people. Going forward, it's going to be new people on the channel too. That's what it's about. Every day I'm crossing paths and meeting new people, and exchanging ideas and suggestions, or considering linking up and things of that nature. So that's to definitely look forward to. I got some ideas, and I'm excited to experience what it is I have in mind, and to be able to share, bringing it to fruition, so that that could be added to the growth of the channel. And again, I'm about growing together. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about my channel. And for those who've been in tune and know, you know what I'm saying. One thing about me, I definitely don't present myself as trying to be like perfect. None of us are perfect, but one thing about me is that listen, whatever imperfections that come along with just me being me, you know what I'm saying? It's what it's about. It's sort of like we are in the company of each other in real life. That's how I see it. Even like right now, on this live, and that's the beautiful thing too about social media. And this is a wonderful time. I mean, wow. And I keep emphasizing it. I mention it all the time. This is a time where it's just incredible, man. I mean, to be able to, the world is so different. The information, people just sharing different walks of life, ways, and and we all know we could use it for the greater good, or the worse. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this social media, it can get the best of us. I mean, we could become better people, or it could take a turn for the worse. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how we utilize it, and what we involve with, and how we present ourselves. If you are somebody that is on social media, if you're a content creator, or just even if you're making comments, making posts, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, one way or another, you're still involved in. But ultimately, it's just so much uh, at our advantage to bring about new ideas, and or to gain just a new perspective of life in itself. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. I come from a very let me stop saying but the when I reflect on the background in which I was at one point very much immersed in the time that we're in now, for me, what that's what makes it a big deal. And what I mean is, I'm 40 plus, so of course I was born in a time where social media wasn't even a thing at all, and it helped me out a lot. And what I mean is, because I'm already a person, like I have a broad perspective on things, but the information that is available to us by way of social media, different ideas, different walks of life, and all that, is enhances my perspective. And see, but the thing is too, right? When we talking about social media, I want to say this: it's like, no, it's not like it. What it when we're talking about information and knowledge, stuff that we probably, I mean, we don't know everything, but one thing for sure, we can go to social media and get information, but we still have to do the work. Excuse me. You still got to pick up a book. You still got to do your own research. You still have to be an individual that puts in that time and effort to really organically, not, hold on, when I say organically feed your mind, feed your soul. And what I mean is, we could get on social media and listen to a podcast, listen to a program or what have you that's giving us a great amount of educational feedback. But when you carve out time for yourself and pick up that book, or you have to, for me, I feel like when we take our own initiative to not just hear somebody else share something, because we have to go look up the facts. It's not just taking on something that sounds good and then run with it like it's nothing but the truth. We have to find out for ourselves. And when we do our own studying, research, and learn what we need to on our own, putting in what is needed to connect the dots, formulate our own perception of what we're learning and such, it becomes our own. It becomes our own. And when I say it becomes our own, you earned that. And the beautiful thing is, when you do your own research, when you do your own investigating information, it's even better when you get feedback, or you get, so then you know that what it is you have learned or now know, from now you have something to compare to what it is that is also being shared with you from your own point of reference of doing the work from on your own accord. So you get my point on that. You know what I mean? And that's a powerful thing. We got to do what we do, like the same thing like working out, right? We could check out a workout video and stuff, but if we're not implementing it on our own, we're not experiencing it. You know what I'm saying? We could sit here and be motivated and inspired without any involvement on our own account to do what it is that others are experiencing by way of the action, then again, so you're not you're not able to own that for you. You know what I'm saying? I could, and again, that's the beautiful thing is that we don't just use social media for we are introduced by from certain things, and then we go and then do our own research. You get my point on that. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, it's a beautiful time, and so much information where you could change your livelihood, your your surroundings of who you deal with. It gives you insight on just so many different. I mean, it's just abundance, man. That it's ill. It's official. Word. Yeah, I appreciate you. Word up. Yo, salute. I appreciate you. Word. You know what I mean? But so yeah, like I was saying, so this year was a very. It was like for me bittersweet. Again, I got just overall blessed. First, let me say that overall grateful, but it's so much that also needs to be tended to, if you will. You feel me? But it's definitely been a beautiful year. But back to what I was saying about the channel, I had quite a few collaborations. I've done quite a few different workouts that I've never done before on the channel. So like I'm saying now, what demonstrations I've seen myself or what's been shared with me or ideas that have been given to me in real life, in person, and I just implemented it, and it helped me out a great deal. And but with also with my energy in terms of well, yeah, my energy because I've been going live so often, it gave you all some more insight to my character, and you was able to get to know me better in terms of just certain ways I express myself, and me, kind of being a little animated, nothing over the top, you know what I'm saying, but you know, a side of me, I suppose that is a little more just elevated in a good sense of just that bringing more fire, really letting you see that about me, and that's the beautiful thing, because I am full of energy and I am full of life, you know what I'm saying? And it's a great feeling, you know what I'm saying? It's a great feeling to to feel this way, you know what I'm saying? Definitely to feel this way. People reached out to me and we were able to connect, and I just really appreciate that. I don't take that lightly. People who considered me worthy for them to want to, you know, take the time out of their lives and make some beautiful things happen on this device, and that's what I'm saying too. But I also wanted to share this, and I've said it time and time again, is that the person that I am today is what help contribute to that, magnetic attraction of those, wanting to link up and be a part of something that we all can grow from and uplift each other, and just outside of everything that we know that's going on in the world with the negativity and stuff like that. These are times, these are moments that are great. This is just the proof to ourselves that, you know what I mean, there's still a lot of good in the world, as I've said many a times, and one thing for sure, we got to fight for our peace, and what I mean is this, a lot of distractions. And I don't say that it's like a conspiracy theory. Yeah, granted, we have all the, whatever in terms of media, all this, and, people being led the wrong way and stuff. Cool. I mean, not cool, but that yeah. When I say this, because a distraction could be just in the presence of somebody who is talking negative. It don't even have to be. You don't have to watch social media to be amongst a toxic environment, people, or what have you. So again, like I said, this is a huge milestone for me in my life. Besides fitness, that's why I said fitness goes beyond the park and the gym. It's fitness is at least for me, yeah, it's a physical way of life, but also, again, it does more than that, where people, it could bring, or it should bring some form of unity. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing for sure, when it comes to fitness, it's not all positive. It's a lot of controversy with that. You have a lot of conflict. Not everybody who works out is positive either. I'm quite sure. I mean, how a person, depending on the person's personality, you got people that work out, fit, look great, and all that, and got a negative attitude. Who you have some individuals as such, and I was one of them at one point. I worked out still and had still a great amount of negative energy. So I'm no stranger to that. You dig? Word. Yo, what up? What's good? What's up? Word. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat for sure. We out here. So I wanted to say that too. I want to speak on this a little more, and even so, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself, and it's necessary that we give ourselves the necessary credit, and when we are able to really arrive to a point and arrive at a point where we know this is a new me, when we have shed certain layers of ourselves that no longer get the best of us or weigh us down as much as it has in the past, or you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm also making a point of, at least for me. I'm a work in progress, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is, it's more mental than anything, you know what I'm saying? Today I was out, and I'm gonna be honest, you know what I'm saying? I had like you know, I was me and my son, we was going to, you know, get our hair cut and all that, and you know, you know, I was making a left turn, so the person was like, they could have let me in, and you know what I mean. I'm like, yo, I had to catch myself, you know what I mean, and you know, I tell my son, he's 6 though, he understand, and I'm like, yo, you know, listen, man, Daddy, I could have dealt with that better, whatever the case may be. So, you know, I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But one thing for sure is that I'm definitely, you know, much more further away from where I used to be in the state of mind that I once was at. You dig? And I think that that's very important. And that's, you know, my approach to when it comes to, you know, dealing with my channel and, you know, not just sharing about, you know, me getting stronger physically, but mentally. I think that that's more important than the physical. You know what I'm saying? You know, social media for me, this is like a mirror for me. And you know, I've said this before too. This is a mirror. You know, when I got certain thoughts, or if I feel like, you know, you know, certain behaviors in such in terms of my attitude, or you know, I check myself ahead before before I act on a situation, and you know, where I'm totally out of character and stuff. But again, I feel so good, you know, coming across. I mean, yeah, you know, so to like, I say good morning a lot more than I ever have in my life. I wasn't saying good morning and stuff. Now I'm not going around like the most friendliest person in the world either. I'm not gonna make it out like I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, you know, you know, I got a certain militancy about me. You know what I mean? And I love myself for that. You know what I mean? I'm glad. You know, you know, I'm very militant too. But you know, I'm not just walking around like, you know, just this like the most happiest person. You know what I mean? But still, in all, I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because we so blessed. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Keeping things in a proper perspective. And I just wanted to, you know, share that too tonight, because, you know, what things that I'm dealing with right now. And today I had a moment where, because I'm dealing with something or whatever the case, and but I regroup much more quicker. You know, I regroup much more quicker. I had a conversation earlier, and that helped me out a lot. You know, I need help just as much as I be on the camera, because you know, you got influences and stuff, and this is the world and time that we live in, and sometimes, you know, people get weighed down with pressure by what looks, you know, on social media. I mean, besides the material things, just seemingly like everybody got it together and looking happy. And I mean, a lot of people do, granted, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, not everybody's dealing with different levels of life in itself, you know what I mean? So, but at least if we're able to keep things in a proper perspective, and you know, keep on the forefront of what is what we have, that's more of a benefit to us than not. You know what I'm saying? We we can have better days. You know, word, for sure, for sure. Fresh and I'm forever grateful. I'm taking my recovery from alcohol one day at a time, and your content helps Seb a lot. Yo, I appreciate that. Word up. And you know, salute to you, Fresh, you know, and you continue to stay strong, work out, and keep pouring into self. You know what I'm saying? You know, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? But keep pouring into self with the very things that's gonna continue to enrich you with just becoming that, you know, because the thing about it too, though, and Fresh, I want to share with you on that, because I used to, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm gonna be totally honest with you too with something, being that you brought that up right now. So hear me out. Um, I've shared in the past that I have the edibles and stuff like that, and I kind of you know, I was a little indulging a little more than I should have been the past couple of weeks and all that. But I'm gonna tell you something though, right? I I feel much from that from what that experience from the last couple of weeks was. It was more like I want to get back into. It was more like my spirit was like, nah, you know, fall back, like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of felt. I felt like I was playing myself. Like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like. I felt like I was like wasn't as sturdy on my square as I like to be. And you know, speaking about that, like you know, back to what you just shared. Like I said, keep doing the things that make us stronger and feed. You know what I mean? Because we all have different sides, so we all have different personalities. Not like, you know, we human. You know, and that's the beautiful thing. You know what I mean? We're not well. Yeah, we're not just one way. I'm not just one way, right? Some days we're happy, and whatever the case may be. But my thing about life is, at least when we're doing more of the things that contribute to a stronger, healthier, focused, more, you know, things that's going to contribute to the elevation of it. We're doing more and more and more and more and more of that. You know what I'm saying? That equips us with the strength to, you know, keep at bay that of who we don't want to be or no longer want to be, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Definitely, definitely. But yo, salute to you, and keep doing your thing with that, and keep, yes, keep putting your best foot forward. And I appreciate your feedback always, you know, and that's one thing I like to express my gratitude, because, you know, y'all could be anywhere besides right here with me on this channel and stuff like that, and it's not to be taken for granted. And as you see the time that's going on, and even with that being said, you know, you're seeing a lot of these top celebrities, and I'm not going to go into the different controversy and topics. We all know what's going on with all these allegations and stuff that's going on in the world, and people being exposed and whatnot and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's no joke out here for sure. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Fresh Word. Your endurance and stamina is unmatched, and it's motivating. You know what I'm saying? Word. I appreciate you, Fresh, man. And like I was saying, so I say, like, um, I I um I express my gratitude, um, and it's so necessary. My thing about when it for me, it's like one thing for sure. I always want to remain grounded, no matter how much I elevate in life, no matter how much my life, you know, continues to go into um, a better direction, or like, so give you a point, right? For me to obtain $1 million tomorrow, I want to be able to be grounded. I don't see, the thing is, and the reason why I'm like, I express my gratitude is, and the reason why I brought up the celebrity thing is that anybody who was somebody, and we all somebody, let me just say that first, because any human being, none of us asked to be here, and any human being that is has arrived, who is here and now, and who has, all that in itself makes us equal, because nobody's perfect. Some may have more than others. We all have a gift some way, somehow, whether we are able to tap into it or whether we recognize it or not. That's a whole different story. You know what I mean? Health is wealth, for sure. But what I'm saying is about my gratitude, and the reason why I mentioned the whole celebrity thing is that this is a time in which we've, at least for me, you know what I mean? I don't want to keep saying we, but on the I, but still we, you know, because it's a fact that this is a time that I've never seen so much exposed, and all these issues that are now to the surface of the personal. And so we're seeing people who at one point it was like, because we know nobody's perfect, but just like sort of untouchable, like, or you know, just the amount of power held because of the financial, the fame, the status, and that still happened because of the support from the people. Granted, people have talents, gifts, and they definitely should be reciprocated, and you know, the incentive definitely should be given to those who deserve it. I'm not taking nothing away from that, because I'm not so, but I'm just saying, being grounded and appreciating how one has gotten to a certain point in their life of being in a great position. That's all I'm saying, right? And that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about ego, pride, and all that, it's a time and place for that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, see, again, it's, you know, when we're talking about being humble and whatnot, you know, humility to me is common courtesy, respect, you know, and yes, the world is very competitive, and that's necessary too. I'm not saying that, you know, and life is very unfair. However, what I'm saying is, I know for me as an individual, how, again, it's just necessary for me to stay grounded and to see, because I'm not with the playing with people's emotions and none of that, like, you know, and that's the thing, you know, and again, you see the turnouts of what's going on, right? So, because if somebody feels the need to bring some disruption in your life, they will, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, again, staying grounded and just, you know, so it's a lot, you know what I'm saying, going on with that, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Jay-Z thought he was royalty and even boasted being Illuminati, and now that, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, and it's going to, listen, you know, I see them lights going up too, much gratitude, you heard? I tap into the spark of having the awesomeness of what behaviors will benefit me versus those that won't, for sure, for sure. Of having the awareness, part of me, of what behaviors will benefit me versus those. Right. See, that's the thing. I'm glad you said that though, Fresh, because it's like this, right? Thoughts are the mind is powerful, right? So we're always thinking, right? And our energy shifts, you know what I'm saying? So we like to start our day with a good day, and then we may run into something that may attempt to get us out of character, right? We could become impatient, we could become irritated, aggravated. Like, you could be happy one minute and the next minute something just try to totally throw you off. But with that being said, what where I've gotten better at is to um again just n- not allow whatever it is to get the best of me. And it's not easy for me to have the mental fortitude to just understand what's going on right then and there. So it's a form of intelligence, emotional intelligence, as they say, because you're still gonna have to deal with whatever on the inside that needs to. You got to control how we respond and things of that nature, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So, and I want to say this too, though, right? See, because and so I want to say this too, right? It's like this: people don't just get taken advantage when you're in a vulnerable time in your life. We also have to be aware and on point that see people get taken advantage of when you're in a good mood too. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on point with that. So that's the balance. See, life, it's never a balance where we got things just sturdy and that's it. You know what I mean? Life fluctuates, just like electricity, the waves in the air. You know what I mean? It's always a sort of like a topsy turvy type of thing, weighing the scale. You know what I mean? Weighing the risk and the reward, weighing, making certain decisions. You know what I'm saying? That's like when they say, you know, don't don't make a decision when you're upset when it comes to business and things of that nature. And what I'm that's what I'm that's the point I'm making too, and we'll be talking about. So and then when we have knowledge of self, when we get to know us, the more we get to know ourselves better, right? And my take on getting to know myself better is being able to identify with my triggers, identify with uh, a familiar, way of how something, triggers me, or such of such. So, but as we see, the thing is too, I was I was very just I was just ready to get at whatever, at one point. You know what I'm saying? I was just ready to get at whatever at one point. A lot of how I dealt with things was just conflict, man. For real, and it's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's and I'm not saying all the time. I wasn't just running around just like some like an idiot. I never was an idiot just running around just doing. You know what I'm saying? But when I just more than I ever should have. You know what I mean? Just was definitely on. You know what I mean? Just that, yeah. You know what I mean? We can get it popping for sure. Type of attitude. You heard? Wow. Bro, when was you planning on keeping it real? I don't even know he talking. I don't know he talking about. I ain't entertaining boy right there. But yeah, fresh. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so and that's the type of time that I'm on And like everything that's being said right now is a point at which I arrived, but like I was um, getting at is for me to be on social media at this point in my life, this was the right time because even before my arm, and that's how my arm got. To be honest with you, that's how my arm got toe up. My anger got the best of me. You know what I'm saying? My anger got the best of me. I f myself up, man. Word, extreme nerve damage. I punched through the glass cabinet, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so real. I can show you right now, right? This is the cabinet right here, y'all. Word up. That's the cabinet, man. We still got the cabinet. You know what I mean? But I punched through that, and it came down like a guillotine. Word. My anger got the best of me. And my anger got the best of me while I was under the influence at that time. And I've shared this before, and I'm gonna share it again tonight. My anger got the best of me, so I really enjoy smoking weed. Not now though. I don't enjoy and even like I eat that. I have my edibles every now and then, as I just shared and stuff like that. I don't smoke, and so whatever. And anyway, so I was on parole, and during that time, weed wasn't legal. I came home in 2009, and when I first came home, I wasn't smoking or whatever. And anyway, eventually I started smoking weed, and I got a dirty urine and stuff. So I didn't want to go through the whole getting violated and stuff, because they'll send you back up north and all this type of nonsense and stuff when you get the dirty urine. So I ain't want to have to deal with that. So at that time, this is when the K2 it first came. Like, I don't know how new it was, but it was new to me. You know what I'm saying? So, my man was like, yo, you heard about the fake weed or whatever and stuff. So I'm just gonna give y'all a little feedback on that. So one night we was going out to this party or whatever, and I mean, so he had it. He was like, yo, I got that. Remember I was telling you about, you know what I'm saying, that the fake weed, I got that joint, so I was like, all right, cool. And so, my main concern was that I'm not going to catch a dirty urine. And so a lot of people right now, I don't know, I know you probably can't smoke weed on parole. Now, I don't know. I got off parole in 2014. I never got in trouble and nothing back since then. So I don't know, and I don't care to know how that works in the judicial system with all that probation and parole nonsense or whatever the case. But anyway, so let me stay at the topic at hand. So anyway, so we rolled up that night, and I remember that night, right? This is before my arm situation, but I'm just giving y'all a little feedback. So we had we rolled up and stuff. So I took a pull of the K2 or whatever, and I'm like, that first pull, I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm saying, like, I was high immediately. I'm like, what the you know what I'm saying? So, and I had to chill. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? And that was sort of like a major concern, but I'm already, I still deal with a certain level of self-control, knowledge of self. So I'm already so even before I actually took that first pull, I already brace myself, if you will, for the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how it would have an effect on me. And so, like I said, I took that first pull and whatever the case, and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, fast forward. So after that night, I ain't deal with it. I fell back or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, like I said, and the reason why I even made that decision in the first place, it was solely because I didn't want to deal with, getting a dirty urine on parole, and at the time, and I left it, I fell back. I wasn't, you know what I mean? It was whatever. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And we went to the party and stuff, and that was like, it's still, you know, it was an experience at that moment. Like, damn, you know what I mean? Because when we got to the party, we still, we had smoked. The guy just took like two more pulls, and I put that down. Like, oh, that, you know what I mean? It was crazy. Like, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So fell back, whatever. So eventually, fast forward, like I was saying, eventually I got used to it. So I was burning it down on the regular, and then even more so, like when I really, I was confident that I wasn't going to catch a dirty or parole, and it's so ill, right? Not ill in a good sense, but became so arrogant, you know, with being able to smoke it at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'll light up and burn something before I go into the parole building. Like, you know what I mean? Like, on that type of time, like, yeah, you know what I mean? And, but then later on, I never, like, had no crazy episodes like how you see on, social media with people bugging out and flipping out in the streets or whatever the case. But I'm gonna tell you this one story. I used to work at Walmart overnight, and they liked me a lot over there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I never had an issue with management. They liked me a lot, and so we used to get an hour break at night. I used to work overnight, so you get an hour break, and they unlock the doors and let people leave out. You know, go to your car, go do what you want. I mean, for that hour, and so it was me. I see them lights going up too. Much gratitude. It was me and maybe like three other co-workers. You know what I mean? It was like me, another dude, and like two chicks or whatever. Like, I had my car. We was in my car, so I'm the driver. So it's important. You know what I mean? So I want to share this. So I'm the driver, right? And so we pull off. We go smoke. Now, mind you, this is my neighborhood. This is where I live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lights up. I smoke. So we driving. We chilling. Yo, I forget my mind. Now I'm totally present in terms of conversation, engaging. We laugh, we joking, but in the midst of that, I totally forgot. Like, the whole area looked unfamiliar. I swear it was like, yo, I didn't even and that was like the worst effect that I ever experienced from the K2, where that day it was like, yo, like I totally lost recollection of like my surroundings, like, you know what I mean? And I'm the driver, so, and they trying their best to direct me, like, yo, nah, turn there, turn here, whatever the case is. Like, yo, fam, you bugging. Like, they telling me I'm bugging, you know what I mean? But I'm not like flipping out, you know what I mean? It was like they wasn't like crazy, they wasn't like so concerned to the point, like, but it was because I still was myself, you know what I mean? But my mind in that aspect was something other than myself, right? So anyway, I'm just giving that little history on that and shit, right? Excuse my language. So fast forward, then eventually it caused problems, in my household, and my anger got the best of me because it started making me slack. I'm a very active person, you know what I'm saying? And I started slacking at work or whatever the case. I'm sharing, this is very important that I'm sharing this with y'all, because that's why I'm so big on when I'm talking about mental and the mental aspect of being fit, So all in which I'm saying right now would led up to me with my arm situation, and it changed my life. It changed my life, in the sense of had to accept the fact in regard to, you know, fitness, and I had to really just, you know, reassess my life. And so with all that being said, my anger got the best of me, and that's how my arm got effed up, you know. Word, what up? And yeah, so here I am today, and that's why I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful for the person I am, and the spirit that I got, and the drive, and that's why I always talk about enthusiasm for life. And with that being said, you know, I know a lot of people that lost their minds, and I'm talking about people that at one point or another, you know, I kind of looked at them as, you know, having more of an up and up on life, you know, ahead of me, if you will, in you know, in a certain sense. You know what I'm saying? And it's no joke, you know. Again, when we talking about, you know, having ourselves centered, intact, and to be able to, again, so just me being on this live right now and everything that I'm sharing, it helps me a great deal. And like, yo, you know, it was just so much risk taking that, you know, I could easily not be here right now. So, and that's the importance of us being present. So, and that's why, again, I'm going back to saying my appreciation for anybody, for all of you who really rock out with me, and who I've gotten to get familiar with by way of us, you know, coming together on social media as we are right now. And that's why I say it's such a beautiful time, because I know of, and even to this day, so many people, but I'm just talking about, I know so many people, so many that that never had the chance to even see what social media was, that was even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they lost their lives so early, you know, way before their time. And I'm not making this live into something like that, but it's just, these points need to be made to where, you know, when we reflect on how far we've come in our lives to a better place, space, or what have you, you know, give yourself that credit. Be proud of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, continue to encourage yourself. You know what I'm saying? Word. Even with, see, because, you know, we have to validate ourselves. We can't get validation from the outside. That's cool. And with the, you know, speaking on validation and stuff like that, you know, back to what I'm talking about, being grounded on social media, being a celebrity, you know, things can get the best of an individual when things go to your head and you feel bigger than life and all that. And some people do. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, because if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You know, you got people in some great positions, and I you know, that's what's up, you know. And I get inspired too by certain things, but, you know, one thing for sure is that, you know, I want to keep my soul intact. You know what I mean? I want to be able to look myself in the mirror. You know, we make mistakes and stuff like that, granted, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, overall, you want to at least just be able to say to yourself, you know what? I could do better starting right now. And that's very important. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's what makes me so grateful in life. And not only that, it really, I appreciate people more than I ever have, you know, because I dealt with a level of selfishness and stuff like that. And selfishness is not just, you know, keeping material things to yourself. Selfish is, you know, not listening, not giving somebody the, you know, the time to express themselves, to, you know, and totally be available to somebody in the sense of allowing them to be in their moment and have their time and stuff like that, you know. And so that's also what I'm saying, and it's a beautiful feeling to be able to you know, have that level of appreciation for others and stuff like that. And again, for me at least, it helps a great deal for me on the inside, and that's it's important to me now again than it may have been, you know, at a time in the past. You know what I'm saying? I always love my family or people. You know, it's not that it was non-existent, but I'm just saying, you know, when you come from the, you know, a certain background and stuff like that, it's definitely, you know, self-preservation. Don't get me wrong, and that is a very, you know, real thing. You know what I'm saying? Self-preservation and being, you know, you got to look out for you first. Don't get me wrong, but still in all, when you got your situation secured and right and all that, you know, then, you know, it's a good thing that, you know what I'm saying, that to be able to, you know, spread that type of energy, support, or whatever for somebody else and stuff. So that's why I'm big on appreciation, and I'm doing what I'm doing now with social media at a time in my life when I'm ready, you know. I'm ready in the sense of to where I'm able to even have this type of dialogue and really be the person that is sharing with you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, this is a channel. This is a channel where, you know, I've always just, you know, you know, I mean, listen, just as much as advice as I get that I give, or feedback that I give and all that, you know what I mean, I too have, you know, people in my life, in real life, that are, you know, contribute to me at times of when advice is needed or what have you. So, you know, I'm a student of life is what I'm saying too. You know, I'm a student of life. You know, I'm not Mr. Know-It-All at all, you know, and I make a lot of that. I mean, it's been times I've been on live just the other night. I mean, if I don't know a word, if I don't know something, I'm not afraid to say I don't know. Listen, I ain't caught up in ego and stuff like that. And that don't take away from me being an official or a great person, you know, and that also is a very strong attribute for somebody to accept, and when to accept who they are. And when you accept who you are, you don't have to stay the same person. We always have the opportunity to grow and become more than what we are in the moment of time. You heard? We all need a reset. Like, forget shortcomings and not be hesitant to start over. Absolutely fresh. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And the thing about that too is talking about that restart, you know, depending on the direction our day is going, or our own thoughts, we could reset. You know, we could take a moment out and you know, regroup, you know, and that helps with you know, taking a lot of pressure off ourselves. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I overthink a lot. For many years, I've been my own worst enemy. When I was young, I was happy. You know, I mean, I love life, and I was never a miserable person. Let me just make that clear too. Never was a miserable person. However, I was overweight as a child at one point in my life. Now I wasn't. I'm not. I mean, you could look at me and tell I wasn't like a person that was like overweight my entire life. But that was I did deal with that for a good portion of my childhood, and it had a very big impact on me and my confidence at times and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, even with that, right? I always had a certain way of, again, keeping things in a proper perspective, and to my interest and to my surprise at those times of, when I was younger. The thing that helped me out is that, for some reason, you know one way or another, man, a female, and I'm talking about one way or another, I've always had some form of an attractive female that was just digging me. Now, I say that to say this, it wasn't even just about the overweight. When I was growing up, I never had the latest gear. Never. I remember people had starter jackets, 8-ball jackets, the Jordans. I never had a pair of Jordans until I became a teenager. I never was like a big Jordan fan as far as rocking the sneaker, whatever the case may be. But again, I never had the latest. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because those moments in time in my life, just to have someone attracted to me and to like me besides what material clothing that I wore, they liked something about me that whatever that was, and it helped me in life because I was able to go back to those great experiences when dealing with those times of insecurity, feeling inadequate, whatever it was that wanted to get the best of me, and I was able to remind myself, regather who I am, and understand that I am a special person in my own right, whatever the case may be in that regard. And yeah, it helped me a great deal. So, and then at those younger ages, when I look back now, it's like that's where I was able to obtain wisdom at an earlier point in my life, because even now as an adult, now I understand like who you are, your character, and your persona and stuff. That should be what is gonna bring about that attraction. Of course, you gotta be on your feet. You gotta have your you gotta have your life together. Your finances, vehicle, home, and what I'm saying. And you gotta be, all that. You gotta have, gotta have the whole package and stuff. Don't get me wrong. And if certain things you lacking or whatever, you go get it. I'm not saying, looks and your character is going, because people gotta live. I mean, but yeah, so it helped me out a great deal. You know what I'm saying? The New Year's resolution is to keep a journal. Yeah, I caught that though, Fresh. Yeah, I think I may start doing that, writing a little bit or whatever, because I love to write. And speaking of writing too, right? And we talking about like progression. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna share something with y'all. When I was young, when I didn't do something right, I would get very frustrated. I would have outbursts. I would get mad. I would be enraged. Like, oh man, I'm not smart. I'm not, So to this day, I have very, very, very neat handwriting. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I have very, very, very neat handwriting is because if I wrote something I felt it was sloppy, I'll just keep on, I'll do it over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with the working out to a degree. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing something, or if I'm, you know what I mean? I just know I need to, you know, it's a form of perfection, what it is that, you know what I mean, we wanna be good at. You know what I'm saying? My New Year's resolution is to keep a journal, read more, and do more yoga. That's what's up. And I'm glad you said that too, Fresh, and talking about that yoga. And I want to start stretching a little more too. I don't stretch enough. You know what I mean? And I'm just sharing that too. And I like for y'all that know, I always share what it is that I too, or what is new to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even when so to use the working out as an example, right? This year, I did the windshield wipers. I did the headbangers. I never done that before. Never. Not that I didn't know about it, but I never done that before. You know what I'm saying? And I like to share that with the community, whether you did it before or not. You know what I mean? It's just because as I said, I'm a student of life. You know what I mean? It's no shame of me admitting or sharing that I don't know something or I haven't been there. There's so much that I haven't done with my life, y'all. I be on social media just like everybody else. I see people living the best lives ever, or at least it seems to be, and that's cool. And listen, I don't put nobody above me. You feel me? You know, but some people were more focused than others, and had a certain level. We all at different stages of life as an individual, and where we at, what our focus is, what's important to us. And for many years, like I said, I was immersed in the streets. I wasn't thinking about my future in the sense of, I'm no stranger to procrastination. And when we have certain habits for so many years, that becomes programmed and downloaded in our subconscious, and you know what I mean? That be the struggle too when it's time for change or doing something different, doing something new, going outside the box or what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's really, that programming that we got caught up in. People, places, and things and stuff like that. And like I shared with y'all before, you know what I'm saying? I was a latchkey child. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all, right? Right? And this is the thing. I'm not the one to I'm not the one to leave out these things that I know had an impact on my life to this day, in which I'm again identifying with and knowing that certain things I have to undo. See, because the thing is this though, just as much as we develop bad habits, we could develop new habits. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what age. Change could always be put forth and obtained and experienced and become and knitted within the new person that we can become with doing these practices of what it takes to evolve as an individual, if you will. I see them lights going up too. Again, much gratitude. You heard? This youth-centric society presses us subconsciously to make impulsive, irrational decisions. Yeah. I agree. I think social media enhances that. I think it's always been that, Fresh, because you know the world has always been competitive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now it's just, of course, to a more higher degree because it's every time we pick up our phone, depending on what's in your search engine or what it is that you look at, and I mean, it's unavoidable. One way or another, it's gonna pass your timeline and stuff like that. So yeah, people make irrational decisions and try to play catch up or whatever the case may be, instead of again being present in the process, as I mentioned in the short that I made. See, because I don't just get on here and just drop content. Sometimes I'll be removing stuff and all that. Sometimes I gotta go into the channel and prune a little bit, just like how a tree or whatever prune and sheds, or just the process of so yeah, people get caught up, and people want to be liked. Now it's just the likes coming in in an abundance. Yo, shout out to Lucas too. I seen you. You're part of me. I was just I was building, so I ain't miss you. You heard? Yeah. Shout out to the chat too, for real. But okay. There's a book called Dopamine Nation. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep that in mind. You heard? Word. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep that in mind, Fresh. Indeed. I'm actually reading this book. Yo, this year I played. I still could do it though. I ain't really play myself, but right now I'm currently I'm reading by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Damn, that's bad. Becoming Supernatural. That's the book. It's been yeah. I started the book like 6 months ago. But anyway, prior to that, I read Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and before that, I had read Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill and all that. Those books is good. And that's the thing too. Speaking of books, and like the 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction, the Art of War, and all that. See, even when it comes to that type of material, right? A person, it could backfire if one thinks that because they read that type of book that you can manipulate people. It don't work that way. It really doesn't work that way. It could backfire, and it could really cause some issues in one's life. You know what I'm saying? It's about social media. Yeah, it is about social media. So I mean, now that's the world we live in. You know what I mean? And like back to what you were saying about people making irrational decisions, catching up. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of that now. The pressures and people. Again, it's a time of attention. You know what I'm saying? It's a time of attention. So, and that's why I keep saying, remaining grounded within self, and you know what I'm saying. And that being grounded is, still, keeping into account that we still dealing with real life, and people get on this social media and display certain behaviors and say certain things, and it has an impact in real life. You know what I mean? People get hurt in real life. Word up over the social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very, very again, one has to be centered with self and understand how to move. You got to know how to navigate still and all. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you could read books on manipulation or what have you, and yeah, and it'll backfire. You know what I'm saying? Because my take on life and how I view people and stuff like that, people are very, very intelligent. You know, you don't judge a book by its cover. And that's what I'm saying too, how people go wrong, because when you can't lose touch of reality when you're dealing with people's real life, real emotions, real thoughts, real um, feelings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, salute. I see them likes going up, but yeah, definitely, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, to definitely have to be considerate still of others in real life. You know what I mean? And for real, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you wanna live to see another day. You heard? Oh yeah, no, I feel great. I'm fantastic, my man. You know, somebody said, "You sad, bro? You okay?" I'm great. You know, I feel fantastic, bro. You know, can I feel better? Absolutely. You know what I mean? I'm striving for that. Is there certain things that's going on with me in my life right now that I'm not too proud about, or that, you know, uh, attempts to get the best of me? Absolutely. You know, am I gonna give into it? But the power, if I can help it, no. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, nah. So I mean, if you ain't able to tell from the conversation and you know how I'm coming across with, you know, what you seeing right now, I I would think that it's apparent that you know one would be able to you know realize this is an individual that's having just some sensible conversation and you know a positive vibe that you know we all could you know have a space, a safe space, if you will, right here on my channel, on my live, where you know you could be yourself. You know what I'm saying? We ain't with no weirdo, no funny business, no none of that. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know, but we gonna be grounded, sturdy, and you know, we dealing with real life here over here. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. You know, so one thing they know on my channel is that, you know what I mean? Listen, I'm gonna come forth with whether I know it, I don't. You know, listen, on my channel, my fitness channel, people have come in my on my like when I go live and I'm doing a workout. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I got a whole live. Yo, I did. If you look at my live with I did a whole Mike Tyson, the 500 Mike Tyson. But yo, I was doing them wrong the whole time, and not that I was doing it wrong. I was doing it wrong. It was I even changed the title on the video. I said 500 push-ups done incorrectly. You know why? Because I don't have no shame. I'm not perfect. And you know what? I still got a great workout in. And you know what? I actually was able to connect with somebody off of that very live and was able to meet up in person and do great content with. Okay? So, yeah, I'm great. You know, I speak it. And that's the thing, too. How we feel, we don't have to drown in that in terms of dealing with, you know, negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to stay in that space. It's not easy at times, but we don't have to. But I say that to say this though, because, and I wanted it to be understood. I don't come forth here for no for this is yo listen, if I can help it, I want to as much as possible with the organic way in which we interact. That's what it's going to be. So yeah, you know, because you got so many. Listen, it's something for everybody out here. You got the good, bad, and indifferent. Like I said, You want the gossip, they got that. You want the violence, they got that. You got the, you know what I'm saying? You got everything for somebody on this social media. But at the end of the day, whatever it is that you partaking in, whatever it is that you involved with, you know what I'm saying? You still gonna have to deal with that in your real life. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, so I don't think that I'm the, I mean, listen, I'm just saying. So, you know, you see it all day, every day. You see people, I mean, saying the most disrespectful, violating stuff you ever heard. Like, and it ain't no surprise to me. I see it in real life. It ain't even about social media. Again, when you come from a certain background and all that, and see that's the thing too. Like on my channel, I could easily come on here with war stories, tell you about jail, prison, all that. I can go in on that. I ain't with all that because it's more to me than that. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I said this was the right time for me to even be making this decision to come on social media. And even before I even decided to, you know, take it this far with social media, I already had a conversation with myself. Like, hold on, there's certain things on how I want to go about how I present myself and share and connect with my audience. You know what I'm saying? With the community. You feel me? So, so this is how I like to take a healthy approach with doing what I do on social media. You feel me? Yeah. The first half of this year, I succumbed to the hate from others, but then I started reverting back to purpose and objectives. Absolutely. Again, and that's what we talking about, Fresh Take. That's what matters the most. Okay? We are able to pinpoint, hold on, we going in the direction we don't want to go. We're becoming somebody we don't want to become. You know what I mean? All these different, again, identifying. You know what I'm saying, Fresh? That's what it is. And you're someone who's able to identify what I take from what you're saying. You're able to identify and pinpoint, hold on, let me redirect myself. Let me go back to the drawing board. See, and this is the thing. I'm gonna tell you this too, Fresh Take, right? Yo, it's so ill because when you're talking about in life in general, right? Like doctors, even car mechanics, right? When you in certain fields, a lot of times it requires you to going back to your studies. So like a doctor, for example, right? Um, you don't just become a doctor and then you still have to keep up with the times and new diseases, new ways that technology works and help with people. It's not that you just become a doctor and that's it. You have to constantly go back into the books. You have to be updated. You have to update your system. You have to know what's going on and how things are working with the human body in a certain sense. And so the same way that we have to, you know, pour into our expertise or professions or whatever it is, the same way we doing with our own character, our own thoughts, mind. Like that's what I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like what you saying, Fresh Tape, started reverting back to purpose and see, and that's what we have to do sometimes because we human. You know what I mean? We have to stay the course. You know, for me, and that's the thing about fitness. So I'm so glad you mentioned that. That's the thing about fitness. It's like, for me, it saved my life. It saved my life. When I first started working out and when I experienced the changes, getting stronger, becoming more defined in my physique, everything that within that moment when I really got a thorough experience, I said, wow, the light started to shine brighter on the inside. And what I mean is, it was like, yo, it unlocked my mind in the sense of, all right, if I could make a change and a difference with this, with the physical, I just understood I could do the same thing with my mind. I felt that connection beyond the actual just working out. And this is what I'm saying. That's why I always say fitness go beyond the workout. You heard? And that's why I always say that, you know? So, yeah, you know what I mean? We have to, and that goes for so many people have to do it. You have so many, and again, it don't have to be the new year, but this is a time of a time where collectively in the world, you know what I mean? That's a thing that is where people go back or want a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Baby mom, co-workers, even toxic family members. That's a fact. And that's why I said it ain't easy. But one thing for sure is that, you know what I mean? We listen, I crashed out many a times. I get tired of crashing out. That's why my arm twisted. You know what I'm saying? That's why I went up north. And I don't take nothing back. You know what I mean? I went up north because of loyalty. You heard? Yeah, that's why I went up north for loyalty. You know what I mean? That's where I was at that time. And you know what I mean? And I did that. You know what I mean? Handled that. Yeah, handled that. You know? No bitterness, no mad, no, you know what I'm saying? I knew what I signed up for. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I can easily get on this here and talk about also. I don't want to draw that type of crowd. I don't want that type of attention. You know what I mean? I had it for many years. It ain't a good look. It ain't a good look. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And that's why, I mean, even to this day, I know, come on, man. Come on, man. That's why I just said, you know, so many people that I know that never even made it to the point to even see what a YouTube was or Instagram, no, none of that. Come on. By the time I was 24, 23, before I went up north, I already knew of 35 people that lost their life. I mean, some people know more, and I'm not comparing who know. I'm just saying it's just, come on, it's tragic, man. Attention is currency, for real. That's a fact. It's a fact. Yeah, it's currency. It is currency, you know. It is currency. People get paid off of it. Literally, it's currency. Fresh? Literally. It's currency. You know what I mean? People getting paid off of this. Now, again, to go back to what I was saying. And it can go two ways. You can get paid off of negativity or positivity. You both get paid. Both get paid. You got people that come on here with great educational topics, subjects, and breaking down math problems or whatever the case may be, scientific. You know, again, I wanted to be an entomologist when I was young. When I watch social media and I come on here, I like to watch the guy with the ant farms, and you know, I like watching the bee colonies, the hornets and the wasp, and you know what I mean? People don't know that about me. Certain people may remember from when I'm talking about way back when I was young, I was into that. Right there in the hood. And I wasn't the only one. I knew a few dudes in the hood. We used to fight praying mantises, all that. And so that goes back to me talking about, like you said, Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Reverting back to purpose and all that. I never forgot that. I never lost myself in that sense. You know what I mean? And that's why I always emphasize about keeping your enthusiasm about life. You know what I mean? I don't see life as you become older, you become more miserable, you become more down and out, you start to lose hope, this, that, nah. It's what we pay attention to. Again, not just what we eat, but what we think and what we around, what we consume. You know what I'm saying? What we consume. Yeah? Word. You know? And that's why I like taking the time out and having to sit down and engage in these type of discussions outside of the gym, outside of the park, because that's only an hour and a half, 2 hours of our day. Then we got the whole entire real life to deal with. That's why a lot of people, because life's pressures and being bogged down with certain responsibilities and demands or what have you, some people really feel like they can't get a workout, and then you can. Because a lot of people are filled with excuses. Sometimes I gotta shake the excuse. I had a conversation tonight. I'm just saying, and somebody said, yeah, you've been saying that since whenever. Come on. I ain't gonna get on here in front. Come on. I came a long way, but still got so far to go. You heard? It's real. But, I wanted to definitely, come forth tonight and express my gratitude and just share about, this difference in, how I engaged with the channel this year, and it was fantastic. You know what I mean? I was going live. Here I am live. I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And it's always going to be. It's always going to be. You know what I'm saying? And I got the audacity to do so. Hairline twisted and all. As they said, your hairline pushed back, and I told you I earned this hairline. You see what I'm saying? I got stomped out. You know what I mean? They beat the brakes off of me, and I walked away from it. You know what I mean? It helped me understand. See, because in life, when you go through things, because you it's necessary to know what you made of too. You go through things, you gotta know what you made of. You know what I'm saying? Gotta know what you made of. So yeah. And it definitely made me more aggressive. It made me more prone to, you know what I mean? That type of, I ain't no stranger to that before that happened or not, you know what I mean? But that was just a situation that really was one of the worst times that I experienced, you know what I mean? And it wasn't the last time I got jumped, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But I don't come on here and get into the war stories. It's plenty of that. There's plenty of that on the internet. There's plenty of whatever you want. There's plenty of what's going to either elevate you or bring you further down. Believe it. And if you don't, you ain't got no choice, because reality has a way of chopping you down to size, as we see what's going on with the celebrities or what have you and all that. And that's not even my concern, because to be honest with you, when we're listening to rap songs and all that, and when it's a lot of, you know what I mean? I'm better than the next man type of content in that. I got more money than you, right? I'll F you, right? You know how dudes, you know how we go. I F'd his woman, right? That's a status. A man, huh? Am I right? plenty of that. They're gonna show you the luxury. And ain't nothing wrong with, listen, I ain't mad at none of it, but still in all, it come with a great, when it come to having fortune, fame, status, it's still a great deal of responsibility, and you could lose your grip with that. Things go to your head. You know what I'm saying? You have enemies that lie in the cut and will wait years and years and years for you to become vulnerable. Vengeance doesn't expire. Or vendettas, I should say. Huh? Revenge doesn't expire. You heard? So, we all got a decision to make every single day. You know? Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Word. So this is just my approach and how I come forth and how I like to, share on my channel, you heard? Yeah. On that type of time. But, back to why, the ultimate, topic of tonight's, dialogue is, again, me expressing my gratitude. We are approaching the new year. A lot of, I brought some new content to the channel as far as going live and showing, different sides of me, even right now. You know what I'm saying? Before, when I first started my channel, I never went live. And let me share with you how I went live, right? So let me say this though. Let me share with you how I even got on social media in the first place, okay? So when I got on social media in the first place, it was for business purposes, okay? Now, and that business purpose is this. I make and sell handmade, handcrafted jewelry, all right? And this is this is what I make by hand, handmade. This is what I make. I do vending too, right? And if you interested into, further looking at what I do, I have a page on Instagram, cultural_drip. I'm gonna change the name of that too, but for now, that's what it is. I'm gonna change the name. I got another idea. I'm gonna eventually change that name. But this is what I do, y'all. This is beautiful. The camera don't hold no weight. You see it in person, it's beautiful. So I make all this, right? And this is not just for money gains. This is a way in which I recenter myself, okay? And let me tell you, I'm gonna share with you a little bit how I got into doing this. Now, real quick, briefly, my uncle, he used to have his table set up in front of the supermarket, and he used to sell. My uncle is Muslim, so he sell all the Muslim oils, the incense. Back then, he had the bootleg CDs and jewelry, even just accessories, that you could put in your home, like little ornaments or what have you, like African type of, those little masks, like little ornaments and stuff, and you could put in your living room. And so what happened was, to fast forward, he used to, and I'm gonna show you this very necklace right here. And so this necklace I make, all this I make by hand, right? So if you could see it, these are what you call tri-beads, okay? And he used to sell those necklaces. And back then, if y'all remember, see, I'm 40 plus, so if you remember back in the day, we used to wear the medallions, the African medallions. You know, you had the red, black, and green, or you had the red, yellow, and green with the lion head in the middle with the African shaped medallions or the circle medallions or what have you. So anyway, my uncle sold all that. So what happened was my mother, she took me to the arts and crafts store because back then we used to do lanyards and stuff like that. So I went to the arts and crafts store for the purposes of getting my lanyard. To, you know, remember you used to make the Chinese staircase, the box, the snake, the coat, all that. I don't know if y'all remember that, the lanyard. You know what I'm saying? And you make it and you put it on people's keychains, or you make the big lanyard, you know, and you get, you know, anyway. So I go to the arts and crafts store, and then while in there getting the material I was there for, I came across those same beads that I'm like, oh, my uncle sells those. So what happened was, instead of me getting the lanyard, I bought the beads and I started making my own necklaces. And at that time, I might have been like maybe 11 years old or something, you know what I'm saying? And so I would make my own necklaces, you know what I mean? And not just with those, I used to get the wooden beads like the red, black, and green. So I should do it official. I should make some official jewelry. So what happened was, so I make the jewelry and I bring it outside and show brothers in the hood what I made, like the older dudes, and the response I got, they like, yo, you made this? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I made it. They're like, yo, for real? You know what I mean? And because it was assembled so well, you know, they was impressed, sort of, right? And what happened was, and here we go. They're like, all right, so let me get one, and I'm gonna pay you back later. You know what I'm saying? They never paid me back, and it's cool. Now, even though I didn't get the money, I got the reaction, I got the response, I got the experience that I'm able to produce something for myself. I just understood that from an early age, you can invest in yourself by you spend a few dollars on what it is that you will create, and then you sell it. So I say that to say this, not to lose the point of why I'm even sharing all of this, but because I kind of went so far into, you know, giving y'all the rundown of how I got. So yeah, and that's the point I'm making. That's how I got started with making handcrafted jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Is because earlier in my life, and the point I'm making, and yo, Fresh, if you still in the building, you are, yo, hear me out, Fresh. Let me tell you, it was I think like 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Let me tell you, let me cook. Let me tell you something. So I did that when I was young, and it didn't last long. You know, my interest, I lost interest for it, right? But I never forgot the experience, right? Is what I'm saying. So, with that being said, to fast forward to now, why I do what I do now with the jewelry, right? Because that is stemmed from my childhood, you heard? Like 3 years ago, maybe four now. You know what I'm saying? Because time be flying. It's like so many years past. Like, wow, it was 4 years went past like that. But anyway, so I took my last $20 in my pocket, and I went to the arts and crafts store, and I said, I want to go back into doing my jewelry. You know what I mean? I want to, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. And I went back to it, and I does, you know what I'm saying? I do my thing now. You feel me? And I'm saying that to say, you know, goes back to the purpose, fresh, goes back to the purpose, you know, reminding ourselves of what it is that having that connection of what it is we could get back into self and understand, you know, our true value. You know what I mean? The things that are our core beginnings of establishing who we are, and then we continuously grow. We don't stay the same, or we shouldn't stay the same, and then we grow. And sometimes we rear off, you know, at certain points, but we gotta, you know, reel ourselves back in. You know what I mean? So that was just a good example for me to use in real life. Definitely looks like beach weather apparel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's official though, fresh word. This is what I do. Word up. Yeah. Yeah. It's official though. You know what I'm saying? And those run $20, $25 a pop. You know what I'm saying? Word. Yeah, so I do that. And the thing is, you know, I'm gonna start making t-shirts. Again, so much to be done. You know, I'm not gonna, cause you know, and gradually, you'll see, again, what I'm gonna, you know, present going forward. You know what I'm saying? With things that I have in mind for the channel, and to, you know, have available for for purchasing and things of that nature, you know. So, this is the point I was making. Let me get back to it. So now, because I don't want to lose my point, and so I'm glad. So the reason why I'm sharing all this too, my point was how I got started with social media. So again, I got involved with social media for marketing purposes, and using it to present my product, right? Stop. Come here. Chill out. Come here. The cat, y'all. Anyway, so initially that's how I got started with social media. It's because I started with Instagram, so I wanted to get on Instagram, sell my merch and all that, and, you know, get attention for that. And then I started doing personal postings and stuff like that. Now, I was posting like clips of working out. Like, it started off like I just go, because what I would do is I would just make little random recordings of me working out. I didn't have the intentions on making a YouTube, none of that. You know what I mean? Be honest, right? So I started off on Instagram. Now what happened was, to fast forward at all that I said. So what happened was, one day I made like a half-hour video. And I said, I want to post this on Instagram of a workout. And at that time, I don't know how to do, because I don't really, I post on Instagram or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And if anybody want to check out my Instagram, it's Scar Fitness 25, Scar Fitness 25, you heard? But anyway, so I attempted to post this video on Instagram, which was like a half-hour long. And they said, nah. They you know what I mean? They rejected, because they said the video was too long. but I really wanted to post this video. And the first video on my YouTube channel, way at the bottom, scroll all the way to the bottom, I did a squat routine, a 500 squat routine in less than a half hours. The very video that I wanted to post on Instagram, they didn't let me. Now, I said, you know what, I'm gonna post it on YouTube now, but this is the thing. What made that decision come about was I didn't even know how to post on YouTube. Okay, I got an iPhone. I'm quite sure it's the same way with the Android. But anyway, on YouTube, you got that little circle at the bottom. It got the circle and like that cross. So I had this before I made this. So what happened was before I even thought about posting anything, I was messing with my phone one day and I pressed that and it said it's that's where you can post on YouTube. And that's when it popped up, like it showed the little columns. You can go live, you can post, but you need 50 subscribers in order to go live on YouTube. For those who don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. So I pressed that little button. I was like, oh, like that's how you could post on Instagram. It shows you, it says post, video, live, or whatever those columns are what you could do with the posting. So I never, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, the live, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's how people be doing it. So before, again, this is before I even put the video on Instagram. But the day I wasn't able to post that particular video on Instagram because of the length of the video, because it was too long, I said, you know what? I'm going to post it on YouTube because I remembered, all right, now I know how to post on YouTube, and that's when I started YouTube. And then, you know, at that time I had like maybe like 10 subscribers or something like that. And you know, fast forward, you know, here I am now with y'all, you know what I mean? And that's how I got started on YouTube. It was in social media in general was for business purposes, you know what I'm saying? And it just eventually, and that's again, it goes back to life. And you know, when we have purpose, when we're seeking, when we're, you know, wanting to try something, and or we're searching, we're figuring out, and we're exploring, you know what I'm saying? You know, things get revealed to us, things pop out, things, you know what I mean, get our attention, and we learn, and then, you know what I mean, then we make the decision to go forward with. And so that's the beautiful thing. And that's how I got into social media, like, you know, to YouTube and all that. And not only that, you know, from that first video I posted, my appetite grew to want to do it because, you know, you know, these are my digital receipts. You know what I mean? We could talk about working out all day and all that, or whatever the case, but I mean, to keep it a bean, that's the beautiful thing about social media too. And you know, we do live in a time, like, you got to show and prove, right? You can't just say anything or what have you, but to a high degree, you still have to show and prove on social media. See, because you know, people could easily, you can come on here and front and act like right now, I'm in my apartment. It was a small apartment, all right? I don't live in a house, okay? And so, and I'm not the only one. I mean, people on social media are posting videos about being homeless, living in their car. Now, it could just be for content purposes or whatever. You'll never know, okay? So, but at the same time, it draws attention from people. Somebody can relate to it, maybe not, depending on the feedback, you know, but real gonna recognize real, right? So, you know, we're able, you know, so anyway, again, so that's the time that we in it, you know, social media. So back to what I was saying, these are my digital receipts with the working out. Not only that, I get to see my own progress, you know what I'm saying? sometimes I gotta go into my own channel just to see, or I'll listen to myself. I'm not, at times I say certain things, I'm like, damn, I could have said that better, or, I mispronounced, or whatever the case may be, or, certain things that I want to change in the next video or avoid doing or what have you and stuff like that. It's a work of art. It's a work of progress. It's a mirror, right? And again, it's receipts. So, if I'm having a conversation with somebody that I'm crossing paths with, throughout my day, and the conversation comes up, and it's like, yeah, go check out my channel, what have you, and because people are like, you work out, yeah, absolutely. So you go see the channel, and it's like, yeah, I really does this, you know what I mean? For sure. Linen pants, shirts, and some beads, no doubt. Think about dropping a shopping list video or short, standard bulking. And Fresh, when you say shopping, what you mean shopping? And like you talking about literally like shopping like on some, like for the holidays, or like? Oh, okay, all right, all right, right, right. I did a video too, Fresh, when I was in the grocery store. I did that too this year. Again, you know what I mean? That's new for me in the channel. You know, I did that with I went to the grocery store and just pointing out quite a few items that I do, just some basic things that, you know, that I eat and stuff like that. I wasn't able to show every single thing that I like, but it still was a good uh, amount, that a nice little tour that I took, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, like, and I just did the cooking, uh, the live, the 2 or 3 days ago or so, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know. So yeah, oatmeal for sure. Yeah, I'm going to check it out, no doubt. Eggs, ground beef. Yeah. I got a video. Yeah, it's because on the thumbnail, Fresh, it doesn't. It looks like it might be a workout video. I think I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna probably have to change that, so at least it could stand out for the content that it is. So people could probably mistake it for like a workout video, but it's really it's, and the best way I could to help you find the video, it's in the live, and it's the video where I got the beads on my neck. So it's like one of those, yeah. So yeah, in the live, I got my shirt off and I got the beads, the necklaces on my neck, and yeah, I got a grocery run on there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Speaking of oatmeal, I eat oatmeal every day. I'm an oatmeal fanatic for sure. Raisins in it, walnuts, all, I mix it up and all that. You know what I'm saying? That does my thing. I love oatmeal. Word. And another thing too, without me being like a bodybuilder, whatever, like it's I'm really wide in the way of where I eat a lot of the same things. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But at the same time, I'm willing to share new things. I'm willing to try new things. I'm not a person where I'm like, you know, reluctant to try new things and all that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? We here to explore. I'm here to explore. I don't know about everybody else, but you know what I mean? I'll try something new. I'll do something new. Speaking of new, but this is not new to me. I wanted to share this too. I just went roller skating on was it like 2, 3 days ago. I posted the post showing me roller skating. I had fun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What up? I had fun. I was roller skating. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that I had a conversation with during that time, people in my age or older, they was like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, they felt good because they was like tapping back into their youth. You know what I'm saying? I went, it's ill. I still feel the effects from the roller skating. Like, it take, it's like a workout. You feel your core, your legs, all that. And, it's ill. Roller skating is official. I'm gonna have to get me a pair of roller skates. And the park that I work out in is perfect because that park is designed. The park that I work out at is huge. It's huge. So it's designed for all that. People being there rollerblading, that skating is official. And I fell like four or five times, and then after that I was on the popping. Like I was doing me. Like I mean not like a professional, but I could say I was gliding. I could say I was gliding. I even, you know what I'm saying? I even style. I was even styling a little bit. You know what I mean? I even was like, like ducking down. And, it was ill. You feel me? It was ill, and it was good energy. Everybody. Those environments, just coming there to have fun. You know what I'm saying? And all that with the worldly politics or what have you. And I think that those times are very much needed every so often. You know what I'm saying? For us to alleviate the pressures of life or what have you and stuff like that. And it's important. Sometimes you gotta, again, like I always say, and y'all know it, if I can help it, I'm gonna stay young forever. I know that we're gonna have to grow old up at 8. We all gonna have a day where we're no longer here. But while we're here, listen, every day is an opportunity. Every day is something we can take advantage of some way, somehow. Word. You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah. I'm from New York, Long Island, New York. Word. How long you been in the fitness game? I've been working out since I was like 17 years old. See, the thing about that though, I've been working out since 17, and this is what I always share with those on my channel. I'm gonna constantly bring it up. It wasn't so a lot of what I do now, I didn't even do when I was younger. When I first started working out, I would go to the local rec center. All I would do was bench press, military press for the shoulders. I would do the curls, and I would jog every once in a while. And but I was consistent every week with it. You know what I mean? But it's important for me to mention this because for so many years, right, of doing the same thing, I got stronger and stuff, right? I did, but I could have got even more stronger. Listen, so anyway, I've been working out for all these years, but for a great amount of the years of working out, I deprived myself, not knowing in terms of doing a lot of what I do now, because back then, even though I was working out, a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, a lot of my interest was in the wrong things. And I mention this all the time, but fitness has always been a way for me to reconnect with myself, to get back in the space. Because even though, and I want to mention this too, even though I've been running the streets or what have you for most of my life, right? I always took time out for me. At times I would fall back from smoking weed or drinking, and I would get focused for like a couple of months or whatever, but then I get right back into the streets or whatever. I start missing it, you know what I mean? But I always had that type of some level of discipline to fall back from doing certain things. But I've been working out for years. But again, and this is why me personally, uh, emphasize fit over 40. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40 plus, and it's amazing that what I'm doing now, I'm more fit. I look better. When I was growing up in my 20s, even like in my late 20s and stuff, when I came home, when I came home from up north, you know what I'm saying? I was dealing with a chick, and she told me, yo, you say you was working out. She said, but you don't even look like you was working out. She said, you ain't got no abs. I never forgot that. I wasn't mad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like to hear it. Nobody, we don't like to hear it. But I said, damn, she got a point. So I say that to say this though. When I mention the amount of years that I work out, it's important for me to also share that a good amount, most of those years was not working to my full potential, not taking it to the next level in a certain sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've said this time and time again, it's more recent that I learned about burpees. I mean, it's been a couple of years now, but for most of my working out journey, I'm just using this as an example, I didn't even know what a burpee was. But now I do. And I benefit from them at the age of 40 plus. And see, this is the thing that for those who may have never worked out or stopped working out or feel at some form of a standstill or not progressing, I like to share my experience to encourage such individual that, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's so much within fitness to be explored. You know what I'm saying? Battle ropes, the sled, the box jumps, all of this, you know, I do all of that now because I'm big on mobility. Like, I love the strength training, I like weight training, I like the calisthenics, but I like the mobility too. I like to be explosive. I like to be able to move in ways in which, you know what I'm saying, most people will feel awkward because of the lack of activity. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, you know what I mean? I could squat and stay in that position for feel like 5 minutes straight. Like my knees are healthy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I got a story. I had messed up my knee years ago. I was in jail. I was an adolescent, and anyway, so I had gotten into a fight, and my knee, my leg twisted. I had a fight, and I was at the time they used to call them the Bruce Lee slippers. So I don't know why I put those on, but anyway, I see them lights going up. Too much gratitude, but I'm saying that to say this though. I don't want to lose my point, but anyway, yeah. So for many years I was working out, and I wasn't taking full advantage of to all the you know, what's available and then working out. You know what I mean? Even CrossFit is ill. So if some of them people be jacked, you know what I mean? I'm not with the kipping and all that. Like, that's not me. Like, when I do pull-ups, I like my whole upper, I like that controlled movement. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but fitness is ill. It's so much to, you know, the medicine ball, all kind of different, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get off heroin. What is a good exercise regimen? I don't know. You got to seek professional help for that to get off heroin. I don't think, that's a mental thing. That's a body. That's a situation where you got to seek professional help. And while you're getting that professional help, you work out in the process of doing that. So that's the best advice I can give you with that, because I don't really take you serious, but then you may be, I don't know. But if you are, you know what I'm saying? You may want to get professional help, you know what I'm saying? And during that process, start working out, and it would definitely help you become back to a better you. You know what I mean? Matt, seek professional help. That's a serious addictive substance. That's a fact. Yeah, that's why I told him fresh. You gotta go seek professional help for that. But yeah, y'all, listen, we're gonna come to a close. It's a great dialogue, but I just wanted to say this before I close out. Stay locked in for a second. I'm not. But I just wanted to say my appreciation and the growth of the channel. Shout out to all of y'all, man, who again, with your support overall, your viewership, your participation, your suggestions, your recommendations. We at over 2,000 subscribers. Much gratitude, for sure. Again, this year, I started going live this year, 2024, and at that particular time earlier in the year, at least for my first live, I was at like a little over 300 subscribers, and of course, because of my participation in, bringing to the channel consistency, growth, personality, engagement, and stuff. See them likes going up, too much gratitude. In return, you all have showed me great support. I've earned your interest. You know what I mean? I earned that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I earned that by being who I am. I also give myself credit because of, of what I bring forth and what I'll continue to do if I can help it. We don't know what's going to happen in, one day from the next, but if I can help it, definitely this is a long-term goal of continuously growing this channel. So with all of you continuously, showing that support, showing, the growth by way of your participation, the likes, the shares, the subscriptions and stuff like that, we ain't no stopping us, you heard? And I also want to say this too, because I'm very serious about what I do with this. And for those who are content creators or who just beginning or may feel discouraged, if you may be dealing with that in terms of, just stay the course, anything in life, because it doesn't have to be about content creation. Whatever it is that we feel is not, going at a pace that we desire or seem to, not working out, you know what I mean? Don't feed into the thoughts that are attempting to keep you stagnant. But I want to also say this though too. See now, when I say this year is not the first time I ever went live. This year is the first time. This year was the start of me going live, working out. But even with that, what I'm saying is this though. The first times I went live, There was nobody in the chat. One person, and that's one person that I know in real life who came to support me. You know what I'm saying? And that's my bro, my comrade, his son, his oldest son, who was a teenager, even now to this day. He was the only person in the live, and one other person that came and said hello and bounced. You see what I'm saying? But because I'm serious of what I believe in, what I live by, I remain on that live, and I engage just the way I'm engaging with all you. And so again, it goes back to that appreciation, because, and that's why I say I earned this. I put in my time, and I still got I got ways to go. And for all of you, you know what I'm saying? And mark my words to this day, because I'm sharp, and I know, and I appreciate those who have, you see what I'm saying, been present from the foundation, the beginning, because this is still the beginning for me. Even though I've been on YouTube for like 3 years, there was a point where I was inactive on this channel, always been there. Every once in a while I post a little something, you see what I'm saying? But I was really, 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 really active, involved, just this summer alone, which, you know, allowed me to gain the traction that I have gained thus far, you know what I mean, and beyond. But I'm saying that to say, you know, so again, that's where my appreciation definitely is always expressed, because there's so many options that people can have, and we live in a world now where option is at a very, 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 very high degree. Not just in social media, I'm talking about in businesses, and you know, we can go on and on with that, but, and that's where I'm at with it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I've been on the live when nobody was in the chat. I see them likes going up, too much gratitude, you know what I mean? Word up, appreciate you, Fresh, you know what I mean? Yeah, Haas, indeed. Word up. You're a cool guy, bro. I F with you. Yo, good looking, yo. Word, appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and speaking of that, just like the gentleman just said, you a cool guy, bro. You know, I choose to be this way. This is, you know, I enjoy having, you know, good vibes, or giving off good vibes to where, you know, because let me tell you something too. I want to say this too, y'all, before there's so much I could say. We're going to catch up, you know, I'm here, you know, so we'll still have so much more to talk about. But I was an individual for so many years too. I used to sabotage myself a lot, you know. That's a whole nother, you know, I'll get into that one day too. And you know, again, when we working on self and we going through things in life, you know, the important thing is that, you know, our aim, our goal, our journey is, at least for me, is to rise above what I know I could be better than. You feel me? So that's what's up. Yeah, you know. But yo, y'all, I'm gonna have to, it's late. It's about 3 o'clock. We've been on here for a minute. I really enjoyed this, you know what I'm saying? You know, happy holidays to y'all if y'all celebrate. You know, I'll be checking in before the actual New Year roll in, of course, and stuff like that. But in the meantime, y'all be safe, take care of yourself. You know, let's do what we can, if we can help it, to, you know, make it through another day. Appreciate, you know, being in the present. Appreciate the process of whatever it is that, whatever endeavors that you may have for yourself. I see them likes going up. Again, much gratitude, you heard? Huss, for sure. Have a great night and always remember, yeah, Huss. Yeah. But yo, great chat. Again, this has been a great summer, y'all. And listen, 2025 is just a big year. We're gonna claim it right now. We're gonna take whatever action right now, before the new year actually arrives. And y'all know, y'all know what time it is. Okay, all right. So we got a worm back. Let me get up out of here. The worm backs are starting to, come out of the darkness. But this is the thing too. I'm gonna say this with y'all. I'm gonna drop a jewel on y'all real quick. You heard? See, when it comes to the trolling and all that too, you know what I'm saying? Some people still in the darkness, and they seeking the light. The darkness be looking for the light. You heard? So to you worm backs, you know what I mean? You suckers that have not changed yet, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, because you could have a point in your life where you could make a turnaround for the better, you see? So yeah, those individuals that's caught up in the darkness, whether they know it or not, your soul may be seeking for some light. And then some people are just dark. You know what I mean? Life is very real. You heard? So, yeah. With that being said, catch you on the next go around. Much gratitude. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. Hoss. Peace.